welcome to episode 2 of the Zero Ball Knowledge Podcast. I'm Chris, back again with another podcast. I'm here with my mates, Josh and AJ. How you guys doing today?
Doing great, bro. Doing great.
Doing all right. Just doing fine.
Doing all right. Oh, we're excited, man. This is going to be a good episode. We are not talking only soccer. So if you did not like our soccer episode last episode, we got more for you. We got football, we got basketball, we got sports betting. We'll throw a little bit of soccer in there, but I'm excited. Let's get right into it. Highlights of the week. AJ, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'll throw in a new sport. We'll give it a little hockey. We'll give Matthew Tkachuk's game winner to sweep away the Carolina Hurricanes. Just that Matthew Tkachuk is that guy right now, and we'll see how they fare in the finals. But I think they have a good shot of winning.
How much time was left and then he scored that goal?
I believe 4 seconds.
4 seconds. All right. Dude, that's
4.6.
That's a heck of a game winner right there.
Very
All right.
clutch.
Throw a little hockey in there. I like it. Who you got in the finals? Vegas or Florida?
I'll give it Florida because no one wants Florida's been around a little bit longer. They're both expansion teams, but we give it to Florida because they've had to suffer for longer.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
I like that.
I like it. Keep it in the state. I like it. All right, Josh, what you got this week?
Bro, last night's game, dude. Freaking White's little buzzer beater layup. That was incredible though, honestly. I would say I saw Marcus Smart grab Marcus Smart out of everybody on the team grabs the ball and goes for like a fadeaway three. I'm like, bro, game over. Nah, Derek White is the one that throws the ball in. He throws the ball into Smart and he's like, oh yeah, Smart's missing this. So he literally books it straight to the rim and just clutches the game for them, game 7, which I'm not a Celtics fan. Obviously you guys know that, but for entertainment wise, game 7, no team ever coming back 3-0. It does make me exciting for the final game. It does.
Yeah. We'll talk a little bit more basketball later, but dude, that was something. With Miami Heat fans sat there for an hour or two after the game, stunned that they couldn't believe that happened. Their team blew a 3-0 lead. I'm excited.
I think it's more stunning. It's more stunning because Jimmy hit 3 clutch free throws, and then there's 3 seconds left. So
yeah.
Yeah. All right. My highlight of the week. Well, I'm gonna have to go. I'll go with a different sport than you. I'll go soccer. Highlight of the week. The season's over. But yesterday, Coventry versus Luton in the playoff final. Luton and Coventry went all the way to penalties last night, and Luton beat in penalties. And it's going to be an exciting season for Luton. Their season literally is in between apartment complexes. So the away fans have to enter through an apartment building, and you walk through the stairs, and then you get into the stadium. It's going to be cool. It's going to be one of the cooler away days for people to go to. But they do have to upgrade their stadium, so they got to make some upgrades. But shoot, man, $10 million to upgrade their stadium. They won $200 million to get into the Premier League, so we'll see some signings there. All right, that's highlights of the week. It's going to be another great week in sports. Let's pass it over to Josh let's go into some basketball.
NBA playoffs, bro.
Ooh, it's been fun.
It's honestly, it's been a great playoffs. Lots of good stuff. The Heat being the most exciting thing, the dark horse. So let's talk about the Warriors.
Started off strong, huh?
Oh, the Warriors.
The Warriors are done. They're cooked.
All right, everybody's saying Warriors dynasty over. So you got Draymond gets on his pod after getting eliminated, because what else would Draymond Green do? And he goes, this is what he says on his podcast. He goes, a lot of people are saying the Warriors dynasty is over, which are the same people who said it was over in 2019 when KD left. 4 years later, they're still saying it's over. They're always wrong. It's not. That's Draymond Green. I don't think the Warriors are just going to disappear. I don't think they're going to disappear. They have great players. They're a good squad. It all depends on what they're doing in this offseason. Right now, they're not good enough to win a title. Clay is way too inconsistent. to be their second option. You got Poole playing horrendous in the series, playing with a basketball IQ of an infant, and he has worse defense than D'Angelo Russell of the Los Angeles Lakers.
That's
And
pretty
then
hard
you
to
got
do.
and then you got Draymond Green focused on his podcast and talking about LeBron every day and night. So it really is this postseason is important, as it is for many teams, but for them specifically, they have a negative 100 mil in cap space, so they can't do much in the free agency. One of the top free agents being Kyrie. Um, Only way they will get better is through trades. If they want to make significant trades, they're going to have to give away some first rounders, a few players they have now. With the Warriors, they've always been a team focused on winning now and not planning for the future. So they will ride this dynasty they've had until it dies completely. They don't care about the future. It's why they gave up on Wiseman. Kuminga doesn't get any minutes for them. So it's like, what do? What I think are some good looks for them. I think Jaylen Brown to the Warriors, Jordan Poole, Wiggins, and Tatum would be the best. Tatum would be the best player on that team. Right now, you've got Jason Tatum, you've got Marcus Smart, you've got Jaylen Brown, and honestly, sometimes that team they're just a team good in variation. Even if they do win the final this year, which I don't think they will, it's just kind of like, you know. But I think the Celtics take a wing defensive specialist. Wiggins would add to their defense, and you give them Brogdon as well. One of the cool thing I was talking to Chris about is I saw something about LeBron to the Warriors. And of course, initially I just waved it off because it's like, yeah, okay, LeBron to the Warriors, he's out of Lakers, right? Bronny, his son, is playing out there now. And I couldn't really see LeBron leaving the Lakers, but LeBron is after rings because he's old. I see LeBron, he's talking about retiring. I think he's got like maybe 2 more years, maybe 2, 3. I don't know. But the Warriors wanting to win now, with them wanting to win now, it kind of makes sense. We know LeBron and Steph respect each other. We already know Dre drools over LeBron in his pod every day. I think the Warriors trade off Andrew Wiggins, Kuminga, Jordan Poole. And then you look at the Warriors team, you got Draymond, you got Clay, you got Steph, you got LeBron, you got Looney. That's a vet team that will win you a chip. I think that's a nice looking team, and I think they could 100% win it all. On the Lakers end, you got Rui Hachimura, who looks good. You got Reeves, which there's talk about him maybe leaving to someone that can give him more money, but I think the Lakers will keep him because he's been phenomenal in this offseason, in the playoffs. You got AD, you got Wiggins, Poole, Kuminga, and it looks good. Does it happen? Maybe. Probably not, but I think that would be a crazy trade that could happen. Considering retirement, I don't really see that happening yet. I could see him totally ending his career with one last like chip and then being, all right, I'm the GOAT. See ya.
Interesting. I can see it. I know we talked earlier. I did not want you to tell me the trade, but those are the pieces I thought. I thought you'd maybe throw in like a Moody or a someone else. They have Patrick Baldwin Jr. I know sitting on their bench rotting in the G League wherever he is. But like I could see it. I mean, you said it best. Draymond is the biggest LeBron fan out there, and he's about the same age. It's literally like your brohood crush. Like,
yeah,
I could see it.
I mean, it's just if you think about it, it sounds extreme, but it's kind of like you look at if LeBron goes to that team, that's a team of solid guys, bro. Like that's a really solid championship team right there.
How many wins do you think they get if they have a starting lineup of Steph, Clay, LeBron, Draymond, and Kevon Looney? How many wins?
I mean, it's a long season, so with LeBron always being freaking injury or game time decision, we don't really know. But I mean, they make it to the playoffs. They make it to the playoffs, and I mean,
top 3 seed.
No, are you kidding me?
In this Western Conference?
in this Western Conference, I wouldn't say top 3.
Okay.
But I think that they would.
No.
When it comes down to clutch, think about that. Just clutch factor. You got Steph, you got LeBron.
But like, will they be healthy and available for clutch time?
Of course.
Well, you
Of
got
course. In the playoffs, yeah, of course.
Yeah, they'll play through injuries.
LeBron literally has been playing through one in that entire series.
Clay tried to play through his torn Achilles a couple seasons ago, but they wouldn't let him. I don't know. I like that. All right, Warriors, LeBron James. Interesting. I like that. I like that offseason. All right, well, where are we going next in the NBA?
All right, we're gonna go to AJ's boys, the 76ers.
Yeah.
We're going out east. Okay.
76ers. What's next for the 76ers?
Pieces of garbage.
I'm gonna let AJ give off his postseason thoughts, and then I'll tell you what I think they should do, and then we'll hear what AJ has to say. But yeah, go ahead, AJ. It's your team.
My postseason thoughts. I mean, I'm not shocked. Like, it's just what they do. They play really well in the first round. They play really well throughout the regular season. Joel baits a bunch of fouls, goes to the free throw, scores a bunch of points. They look pretty good. Honestly, it's been a better postseason than previous ones because, like, honestly, that series against the Celtics, I know it's obviously disappointing and like it's not, you don't want to lose, but like when we lost Game 6, I was like, it's over because like our guys just don't close out. Like, everybody knows about James Harden's reputation in the playoffs. Like, honestly, Doc did a good job of getting whatever he could out of James Harden in the playoffs. So it's disappointing. It stung in the moment, but like just a lot of things need to be blown up and a lot more youth needs to come in. And like, just like, I know everybody's calling for Joel's head and his MVP is garbage, and I'm not saying that's not valid because honestly, let's be real, it kind of was a pity MVP, but there's just no value for him anymore, and I think it's only right that he just plays his career out there, or at least till he gets contract dumped to some crap team. But it's just disappointing and disheartening, and I mean, it's the 76ers. They're just always going to give you a heartbreak.
Yep.
All right, Josh, how do you fix them?
I think you fired Doc Rivers, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying.
And he's gone.
I'm not saying that I mean, obviously, they already took that step, but I'm not saying that it's all his fault because it's not. But I think tactically, as a coach, you should have closed that game out in 6, and it should have never been a Game 7 loss. You're at home. Tatum had one of the worst games ever. He did.
Right.
You guys let him get hot in the end, and that shouldn't have happened. So yeah, I don't really know too much about good managers out there, but I think them firing Doc Rivers is a great first step.
Monty's available, and that's who I personally want.
Yeah.
Or Nick Nurse is also still available. Yeah.
I think 100% you let Harden walk. You do not try to re-sign him, and you do not try to give him all your money because it's not working out. And I'm not saying that this is all on Harden either, because MVP Joel was terrible in Game 7. You're MVP.
Lots of Al Horford.
You're MVP. You're in an elimination game, and you're not doing good. He has been bad down the stretch of most games in the series. He wasn't that great in the Nets series, to be honest. They changed up
missing for half of it.
They changed up small ball, and it's like he was getting. You could see him getting frustrated in the games. And then when Harden has a bad game, it's bad. It's not like, it's Tatum Game 6 bad game, but you know what? He freaking makes up for it in the end. When Tatum has a bad
16,
game,
he had 16 points.
Harden's bad games are less than 10 points. He goes like 1 from 7 from the 3, and he has like 8 plus turnovers. That's bad, bro. And that is the guy loses you a game. Like, he's playing for the other team. So I think you let Harden walk. I also think you trade Harris, because the money that you would get with him off the books will give you guys much needed depth you can use. You guys, I mean, on top of that all, like I said, go have a good offseason. Go get some big name free agents. Kyrie's out there.
Right.
I know he may be probably Lakers, but I mean, he's out there. Maybe you give him something that sounds enticing. But I think you really, really need to have a good offseason, because if not, it's just going to be the same thing, bro.
Exactly.
All right. And, okay, so go ahead.
Well, I was going to talk about Tobias. Like, you're right, but like, dude, no one wants to eat that bloated contract. I hated that contract when it was signed. I thought it was I was like, that is the dumbest thing ever. He's not a supermax player.
Yeah.
He's like at this point he's a rotation guy. You can go play somewhere else. You can go play in Boston for all I care. You probably thrive there, but it's just I don't know who's going to take that contract on, but I hope we can unload him for something.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're right about let Harden go, but do you?
No.
He wants to go back to Houston. He said that. Everybody knows he wants to
He
go back
has,
to Houston.
everybody.
Okay, so do you sign and trade James Harden, and do you trade him to Houston, and you get a couple of their young pieces, and you get a couple firsts out of it? You have to recoup something because you guys have no future. You have no future in draft capital. That's good,
right?
And you don't want to sign Harden for 40 million, 50 million, and him sit on your books, but you also don't want to let him leave for nothing. Because obviously he wants to go somewhere. Houston's going to give up something for him.
He clearly doesn't want to be part of the program anymore. He clearly wants just to chase mediocrity. If he wants to go back to Houston, that's fine with me. But do we get a first for him? Maybe one. I highly doubt that we probably will sign and trade him because he is like on like a team friendly right now, and I will give James that. He was nice about that. He did not ask for a lot of money.
Yeah.
But maybe a second, maybe one first. It's not going to be a haul.
Yeah, I think Houston just has the young pieces that they need to go and contend in the West. They just need a one veteran, really like a solid point guard. James,
bro.
Yeah, I know. Well, they're gonna give up Kevin Porter in that deal if they want James Harden. Kevin, even if they sign James Harden, Kevin Porter's still going to be playing less than 20 minutes a night. He's better off. They're better off sign and trade Kevin Porter and get him into a place where he can play starting point guard every night. He'll be playing with Maxey in Philly. Like Harden gets to play with Green, Eason, Jabari Smith, Sengun. Like Houston has the tools, man.
His talent,
They just need the future.
Yep.
All right, where are we going next?
All right, Phoenix Suns.
Oh,
Phoenix Suns.
Super team.
The biggest disappointed. Yeah.
KD plagued another team. So yes, Phoenix Suns. Don't like the Suns. As a Clippers fan.
That's fair.
But I do like to think that maybe we just burnt them out because they had to play. They had to play Booker and KD incredible minutes because they have no depth.
Chris Paul's also injured too.
Monty Williams is gone already, as we already said earlier on. Which is I think it's a good move for them. That's a good first step. You need to get rid of Ayton because that guy he's not it. 4 years, $132 million. That's gross.
They should just let him walk to the Pacers, man.
That is gross, bro. They matched the Pacers exactly. It's filthy, bro. It just feels like a lost cause for him there now. If I had to compare him to our soccer world, I would say it's kind of like a Lukaku. Like it's just not going to work out.
That's fair.
I think you trade CP3 or find something. Just Ayton. First of all, first overall pick. By the way, Ayton.
Wasn't he in the draft with Luka?
Was he?
Was he Trey and Luka and all of them?
I'll fact check that, but keep going.
I'll fact check it.
So, yeah, first overall pick. He's soft, timid. He lacks lack of engagement. He doesn't have defensive impact. When he's not scoring, what is he doing? Because he's definitely not rebounding. Their best center was the undrafted Jock Landale. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. It's already been confirmed that the Suns are already aggressively looking to trade them off. And I think that's good for them. I think they need to add much needed depth, which even before the KD trade, they didn't have much depth. You got rid of pretty good players, and I think a lot of people, even myself, was at first like, why'd you do that? Why didn't you just wait till the end of the season and get KD for maybe a little less? The Suns need to improve their defense overall. I think you don't explore a third star. I think you build around Booker and KD, because how 2 years in a row you get spanked at home in the same spot, you can't let that happen as a franchise. So I think those are some serious moves that they need to do.
Yeah. Okay. So I agree. All right. 2018 draft. DeAndre Ayton went 1. you want to know who else is in this draft that's clearly
let's
better
hear
than DeAndre Ayton?
Let's hear it.
Luka Doncic,
Mhm.
Yeah, Luka.
Trey Young,
Trey.
Jaren Jackson Jr. You got Mikal Bridges, who they had and traded for KD.
And traded away.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Michael Porter Jr.,
Yeah.
and you could even Jalen Brunson was drafted in the second round. That's 7 players that I would consider better than DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah.
Then DeAndre Ayton.
You know what? Ayton's a good player. It's just not. It's not working out for him.
I just
Yeah.
think,
He's
especially
just
now with
as a
KD, it's not
starter.
going to work.
Yeah.
He's lazy. Honestly, he's lazy. If there was, I remember the clip from, it was either the Clippers series, I think it was the Nuggets series, where he's like a 7-foot center, bro. You should be in there rebounding. That's my biggest pet peeve with Joel too. But we'll move past that. With Ayton, literally, bro, you're rebounding. He ends up getting shoved out of the way. He's behind the backboard. He just stands there and watches for 30 seconds as they go to rebound the ball. Like, dude, you're a center. You have no effort.
No rim presence from
right?
DeAndre.
No. That's what I'm saying, though. It's not
like defensively
it's not
and
gonna work out for him.
offensively.
It's kind of over for him there, I think.
So
I would be shocked if he stays.
So blow it up, essentially. Keep Booker and Durant, and you're trading Ayton and Paul, and you're seeing what you can get for both of them.
Yeah, I think you build around.
Do you have a landing spot for Ayton off the top of your head? I mean, the first one I think of is, I think of Indiana because that's where he wanted to go.
Yeah,
but I can't think of anything else.
Indiana's not gonna.
Charlotte. He's gonna go some trash team that'll pay his contract.
Jeez, yeah, I don't know.
Indiana's
fine though. I mean, they've got Turner and they've got Isaiah Jackson, which they don't even play because of Turner.
Yeah,
and Isaiah Jackson's a stud. He just doesn't get the game time because he's competing with Turner. But
I don't see any other team. Like I'm thinking in the East, you got Atlanta's got Capella, and he's fine enough for them. Orlando has Wendell Carter and Banchero. Miami's got Bam. Boston's got Robert Williams and Al Horford and Grant Williams, and I don't see Boston paying him. The Knicks don't need him. They have Mitchell Robert. I mean,
no one's gonna want to.
No one wants.
Yeah, but the Knicks like to throw money though.
They do, but I don't like.
But
they already have Julius Randle.
Yeah, think about that. First of all, we could have a whole entire podcast on Julius Randle.
Julius Randle.
You know what? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. It's always exciting to talk about things and then see them play out. We'll just move on from them because we'll move on to the other LA team, the main LA team,
the
Lakers.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, what's next for them? I will say they had an incredible season for where they were. No one really thought. No one was like, the Lakers aren't gonna do anything. The Lakers are gone, bro. They took out reigning champs. They took out Sacramento Kings, which looked like a great.
They took out.
Sorry. Golden State.
Yeah. The Warriors to get the Kings.
Yeah, I got a little confused there. No, but no, they've had an incredible season. And
what was their run? Grizzlies, Warriors,
Warriors, and then Nuggets. Then they got swept away from
Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, the Dylan Brooks. Wangdong Tigers.
John Morant. Yeah. No, they did really good. Which I don't really like as a Clippers fan, but you got to give them respect where respect is due. And it just wasn't enough for them to beat that incredible team that is Denver Nuggets.
What was the Lakers record to start the year? Oh, 2-10. So they were 2-10.
Crap.
They were 2-10 to start the year, and they ended up in the conference finals, dude. Like, I don't like the Lakers either, bro, but that's
incredible.
Props.
That's incredible.
Darvin Ham too, first year coach.
Right.
I think so.
And a plan
right now
as well. They weren't like seeded in.
Yeah. They had a plan for it. I mean, I think right now, Kyrie's been going to their games. So like we already kind of mentioned, Kyrie to the Lakers he's been at numerous games postseason. Obviously him and LeBron ran an incredible team. We already know that, so yeah, I think D'Lo's probably gone. They kind of told him like, make it work, or you know what? Work on your threes, D'Lo, and your mid-range shooting, please, because what is your purpose on the court? I think Austin Reeves, I think you do whatever you can to keep him.
Yeah, he's a star.
Pay him what you
can.
Yeah,
he's good role.
He's a great role player. Trae Young is also someone that's been on their radar. And I think LeBron is telling the Lakers, get one of Kyrie or Trae Young, or I'm gonna retire, or I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
bro almost had a triple double in that game, and it still wasn't enough for them. I think Darvin Ham has a good. He's got good aura. He has a good heart. I like that he emphasizes defense, but to an extent, he got outcoached. I mean, LeBron was coaching the team on the court, telling his players what plays the Nuggets were going to run, and they still weren't able to
Right.
on the plays. Like you literally could see LeBron physically move people to where he wanted them to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, also AD, bro. AD,
But see, AD had a
yeah,
good playoffs.
he did, but like for who he is, you need
Mhm.
more. You need more. You just need more. I mean,
Yeah.
like if he improved his jump shot, bro, like when he's hitting those jump shots, and even from
Mhm.
three, it's massive for the Lakers because it spaces out the floor tremendously. AD plays great when he's attacking the paint, but improving that
Right.
jump shot will elevate him and that team much more. And then AD can't be in the paint aggressively that much because he's made out of freaking glass, apparently, bro. Um, getting hit in the face, getting rolled out on a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Having his Paul Pierce moment.
hmm
All right, so AD's 30. He's making $38 million next year. Like, I don't know what to do with him.
He's
What
in
what
the
do you,
same spot as Joel, where it's like they're good, decent players that score you points, and they're valuable to the teams that they're on right now.
yeah.
But to anybody else, it's not even worth throwing out a waiver or like a rope to go try and get them, because it's
Yeah.
like they're 30, they're in their early 30s. Like they still can score, but like they cost a whole bunch of money just to
hmm
score.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, AD's not gonna
Uh,
leave. He's gonna be there. But
yeah,
I think,
he's gonna be
I think
there.
if they, I think Kyrie to the Lakers would be better than Trey. But I mean, Trey is someone that is on their radar, and Trey would want to move out of where he's at as well. Um,
hmm
but I mean, point guard. Think who's Lakers point guard right now?
Out of
Is
those
it
two,
D'Angelo Russell? Is it D'Lo?
Yeah, bro.
yeah, it's D'Lo. Yeah,
Is it D'Lo? Yeah.
D'Lo and
Think
Schroeder,
about that.
bro.
Think about it for a second, bro.
Yeah,
Like
it's true. Yeah.
the massive upgrade from him to someone who is like Kyrie or I mean even Trae Young, but it's just they need that. And then before that it was
Well,
freaking Russell Westbrook.
I don't even
Russell
think they,
Westbrook. Yeah.
I don't even think the Lakers could have anything to go get Trae Young.
They
They
don't.
they
Like
would they would need to trade away some players that
everything. Reeves, you'd sign and trade
Yeah.
Reeves. You'd trade D'Lo.
which they're not gonna.
You'd probably have to trade
Yeah.
D'Lo they would.
Lonnie Walker, Rui, Jared
Lonnie
Vanderbilt, one of those
Walker.
three. Like, and they don't have any picks. All their picks belong to New Orleans
hmm
New
from the AD
Orleans.
trade.
Yeah.
So, like,
But hey,
I think Kyrie
Kyrie
and
makes the most
LeBron.
sense.
I think Kyrie and
they
LeBron
won a
are back.
championship, so it was worth it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
And I
guess.
think again, same story as with like Golden State. I think it's kind of like a last run, and then it's his boy, bro. You know?
Yeah. Do
Nah.
you genuinely think LeBron could? I mean, we've seen the narrative spun this offseason. As soon as they got swept, is LeBron finally retiring? Do you guys think LeBron actually will retire this offseason, or is this LeBron doing his thing
This is
to stay in the news?
I
this
mean,
is
you
yeah.
got
That's LeBron. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Go
This is
ahead. No, go
LeBron
ahead.
definitely trying to stay relevant. But like you see LeBron retire if the Lakers aren't willing to let him go,
Yeah,
if they
no,
don't get anybody. Yeah, this is
that's what I'm
this is
saying.
LeBron saying like, okay, well I'm gonna retire and leave.
It's all
Like you
PR. It's all
don't.
PR. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what it is. It's I think he's gonna come out saying that just to have the Lakers management office saying, "Oh my gosh, let's go do whatever we can to get Kyrie Irving, or Trae Young or whoever else, some kind of star that LeBron wants because we know it's LeBron's team, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
not a surprise.
The
And
manager, the
if
GM.
not, maybe he does retire. I don't really think he does though. I mean, He's like
He retires and he signs to another team. That's what happens.
maybe, yeah,
maybe he retires for a season because Bronny goes to USC next year, right?
Yeah,
So
yes, this
That's what I'm
upcoming
saying.
maybe you see LeBron if
basketball
he does
season.
retire, Bronny goes one and done in college. LeBron
Right,
retires for
like-
a season, waits to see where Bronny gets drafted, and then maybe he goes where Bronny
He
goes.
goes plays, yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I don't know.
That should be interesting. All right,
Yeah.
last team. Who we got?
We got the Denver Nuggets. Man, dude,
Yeah,
that team is fun to watch.
they are.
AJ hates them, but you know what, dude? Jokic, he is the best basketball player in the world right now, in my opinion.
You can,
And you guys can have your own opinions on that, but he is,
I
bro.
agree. I agree.
gap-
He is. He's on a run. He's on a tear.
The gap between Jokic and AD in that last series was so blatantly obvious. And we're talking about Anthony Davis, an
Mhm.
incredible basketball player. With AD, you don't know if he's gonna play and
He's
show
pretty
up
decent at defense.
or if he's just gonna be a ghost. Because AD does that, and that's not the case with Joker because he's the same player game after game.
Mhm.
And even when he's worn out or he's tired or he's in foul trouble or can't score, it's an easy change to him for him to a facilitator. He sets screens, one of the best passers in the league. Jokic in the paint is a monster. Bro, how much does he weigh? I saw something on like is he like 190 or 2 something?
Jokic?
Yeah.
He doesn't weigh a
Um,
lot.
Let's see. Let me pull it up. He's 6'11". Keep talking. I'll pull it up. I got to go through his entire
Okay.
Wikipedia page.
No, but
I would say like obviously the focus is on Nikola Jokic.
Okay,
but, like,
he's
I
not
think
as
Jamal Murray.
He's not as light as you think he is.
he's like
He's 284.
yeah, that's what I thought.
He's
Okay.
6'11".
he's 284.
He's 6'11", 284.
No, players have literally talked about how they go up for a ball and they hit him and it's like they're freaking touching a wall, bro.
Dude, remember
Wall,
that
yeah.
Charles Barkley's name, the round mound of rebound? Yeah, that's Jokic
yeah.
now, bro.
No,
It's
but,
freaking mound
dude.
of round now.
Jokic in the paint is a monster. You typically don't want a center at the free throw line, especially in the late game. But Jokic is fine there, bro. His 83% career free throw shooter.
Ooh, that's a guard. That's a guard, bro. That's guard
That's
shooting
incredible,
percentage.
bro.
point guard.
Bro can shoot the three, bro. I don't know. If
You see
you
those
guys do
shots,
AD?
bro?
AD, bro. AD's guarding him. Step back three
Shot clock
and
buzzer.
makes it.
Heavily contested.
That's
like
that was
Heavenly.
That's like Damian
insane,
Lillard.
bro.
You remember
That's
that?
like a red time, bro.
You remember that Damian Lillard 3 against the Thunder a few years ago?
Mhm.
That was like that
Yeah.
distance, bro. Like that was like 37, 38 feet. That was
I mean-
and he
I mean-
splashed it.
Right.
He's off balance and he's
Mhm.
shooting over Anthony Davis and he still makes it.
Right.
But you know what? The thing I like most about him is there's not an ego problem with him because when we see Denver as Jokic's team, but
Mhm.
he is a team player. He is a selfless and a skilled player. And
Mhm.
I know that he doesn't demand the ball. He doesn't want to be like, it's my team. Let me do this. You need to do that. He's a facilitator. He's a leader. And he's just good, bro. He's just an incredible, talented player.
Yeah. Can they be
Right.
stopped? Can they be stopped?
Mm,
I think can. I think if Boston pulls this off, as we were talking, Boston has gone to Game 7, obviously, and I think it's pretty obvious they're probably going to win. But I think Boston, if they make it to the final, will probably just have that certain mentality because they went last year. They were there last year, same position.
who guards
You know
him,
what I
though?
mean? It's just this thing. No, I
Who guards
know,
Jokic?
but like Robert Williams, I
told-
get
no,
it.
I was
but,
telling
like-
I was telling Josh
Al
earlier.
Horford.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. So I was telling Josh
Big
earlier.
Al.
Yeah,
Al
Big Al
Horford is
guarding.
gonna be absolute cooked, bro.
He would, but
You
I'm
say
saying
that.
Big Al Big Al defended Joel for 6 games.
Yeah, but
But it's two
Well,
different players. Like
they're two different
Jokic
levels.
is here and Embiid is like
This
here,
year,
bro.
Joel's, yeah.
you know what though? And I mean, I did go on a crazy little freaking like LeBron suckers, bro. But Jokic, you got to look at other players on that team. Jamal Murray is playing incredible. Bubble
And that's
Murray is
who,
back.
that's who I wanted
Yeah,
to talk to. Yeah,
Bubble Murray's
Jamal.
back.
He's playing incredibly. Michael Porter Jr. in this last series hit a career high of 6 assists.
But it's fine.
Okay, yeah, you do say that, but he hit a career high in assists, so now he's passing the ball. If he starts passing the ball, that's not good. for whatever team they're playing against.
Well,
He's gonna shoot the three.
Yeah.
He's gonna shoot the three.
Right.
You've got Gordon, which is a great player as well. I'm not a big fan of him,
But
but
he's been doing well.
he's been doing well for them.
He found his
And-
role.
And the
Good
team
role.
just
Yeah, good role.
you got freaking Pope shooting threes, hitting dagger. That made me so happy.
Mhm.
Dude.
Oh, Pope, baby.
That made me so happy because
KCP.
the Lakers got rid of him and he was absolutely making them pay.
Yeah.
And then freaking Bobby Brown, bro.
Oh, Bruce
He's
Brown?
doing well.
Yeah, Bruce Brown.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah.
I mean, the team is just good, and they're right now while freaking Miami and Boston are fighting to the death, and they're getting worn out.
Jokic is probably
riding horses.
He's probably in
Jokic-
Serbia riding his horse, bro.
Jokic
Yeah.
is riding horses in Serbia, gaining more
Yeah.
weight, and I don't know.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Like
Okay,
I get the rest thing, but like I just think that like I don't like Boston. I don't really like the Nuggets, but I just think that just because they were there the previous season,
Mhm.
specifically the players, they're just gonna like they're gonna want it
Oh yeah, of
a lot
course,
more.
of
all right.
course.
On
But,
the Nuggets. On the Nuggets. This
Yeah.
is just a random question that I just thought of. Carmelo's retiring.
Okay. Yeah.
Jokic wears 15 right now. Carmelo wore
Mhm.
15. If they retire, this is just a fun question. If they retire Melo's 15 in Denver, what number does Jokic wear? Just give me a random number. What number looks good? Exactly.
Like 23. I don't know,
290.
man.
290.
290.
90, yeah, 99.
I don't know.
I just thought about that. That's just something fun because
Honestly, they'll probably wait to retire the jersey itself, the number
Yeah.
15 in general for Carmelo and Nikola, especially if he wins a title here.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Anything else in the NBA?
You know what? We're just gonna say this one last thing. I know the podcast is gonna be out, right? Like we already
Tuesday,
know,
Wednesday, yeah.
we already know who won,
Yeah,
Boston or
yeah.
Miami. So AJ, who do you think is winning, Boston, Miami?
I think Boston wins.
Okay, Chris.
I got
Chris is
Boston.
Boston too.
I got Boston.
I'm gonna go Miami, bro.
Nah, come on.
Michael
Come
Jordan
on.
is.
It's
Michael
just
Jordan, bro.
it's too much of a hold, man. Like you had to kill them in these last two games.
They should have killed
No,
him
I
in
agree.
game 4, bro.
I
Before
agree.
Marcus Smart and Jalen Brown go,
I
hey,
agree.
don't give
I
us
thi-
one. Don't let us
I
get
think-
one.
I think
Yeah.
that it is very apparent that the players are. Miami has been performing better than they should be.
Mhm.
Right. Because
And-
all
and
they
look
have
at
is
Bam-
two
look at Bam.
superstars and a bunch of undrafted.
Look at Bam's stats these last games. He's not been doing well, honestly. He's
No.
not being the support Jimmy needs. Caleb Martin has been,
Gabe Vincent.
but that come
Gabe
on.
Vincent. What a
Gabe Vincent, yeah, but I mean, they don't have Hero. They don't have what's his name, Oladipo,
Oladipo, yeah.
Oladipo.
defensive specialist. And
Kyle
honestly,
Kyle Lowry's been a
I
ghost.
think Bam on Jokic is a better matchup than Robert Williams on Jokic. But who knows? I think I'm gonna go Miami, but honestly, the momentum is there, bro. The momentum is
And
there.
Game 7's in Boston.
Yep.
So,
Game
Momentum
7,
is there.
yeah.
I just don't like Boston. I don't like their fan base. They're freaking
Yeah.
terrible.
look, man, as
I
a
just-
Jason Tatum supporter, which has sucked me into being a Boston Celtics fan. I've liked Tatum since he played at Duke because it all goes back to my childhood. My mom's at Duke, been a Duke fan since she was little, and now I like Duke. And Jason Tatum played there. I've been big Tatum fan since then. But Boston fans suck, bro. I've been to Boston. I went to a Bruins Capitals game. Dude, they suck.
Yeah.
They are an awful fan base. I
They
can't
are
imagine
terrible.
what it's like at Red
Did
Sox
you-
games and Patriots games.
Did I send the shirt in the chat of like the Boston fan shirt?
No,
It was like Bin Laden, Kim Jong Un,
I see. Yeah.
Putin, and then Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say
go ahead.
Boston. Let's say Boston, Denver. Who wins?
AJ, go ahead. Who
I'll
wins and how
go,
what
I'll
series?
go Boston. I hammered Boston too much, saying that they're gonna. We'll go Boston.
How many games?
7. If they win, they go to 7.
Okay. I'll follow suit. I don't. This is tough because I could see it going either way. I think it goes to 7, unless Nikola Jokic turns on his MVP. Like he should have been MVP this year, unless he keeps going the way he is. triple doubles every day. I'll go Denver in 7. I think Jokic should just be too much.
All right, Denver in 4. Let's move on to the next segment.
Denver in 4. They're gonna play the Taco Bell ad. They're gonna play the Taco Bell ad when they win too.
Hey, we'll revisit this pod. We'll revisit this pod when they win in 4. All right.
All right, fair.
Listen, if they win in 4, kudos to them. I will celebrate them.
If they win in 4, but here's what Boston's doing. If Denver wins in 4, they're trading Jaylen Brown. They're firing Joe Mazzulla. They're going to trade whoever and whoever else. If they trade him happy,
they're blowing everything up. Bye-bye, Brad Stevens. Goodbye.
Brad Stevens is their freaking GM now. So, yeah, get everybody out.
I know. Yeah.
All right, let's transition. Let's transition. That was fun. All right, let's transition to soccer. All right, season's over.
Championship Sunday.
Feels good. Like, it sucks. Josh, I know you're happy, bro. Chelsea season, their awful season's over. Don't worry. We're not going to bash on Chelsea anymore. We have a whole disappointing team section, and I did not put Chelsea in there.
It's a full Arsenal segment on why they choked this season.
No, I'm cool. Yeah, they play like prime Barca when nothing's on the line, bro.
Yeah,
5-0 against Wolves.
All right, let's start with the biggest takeaways of the season. I got 3. I'm going to rank them 3, 2, and 1. I got the same thing for our exciting teams and disappointing teams in this segment. All right, number 3, biggest takeaways of the season. I'm just going to be a little biased. There's a United flag behind me. We're going to start number 3. Erik ten Hag equaled the most home wins ever in a season for United with 27. He won 41 of his 61 games, which, I mean, shoot, bro, that's a 66% win percentage. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the highest of any United manager ever. To start our first season. He won a trophy. He won the EFL, which, I mean, we joke about the Carabao. It's a stupid trophy, but it's our first trophy since Jose left. We finished 3rd. We clinched that today by beating Fulham. And then we're in the FA Cup final next Saturday, the 3rd, against Man City. We'll talk about that game on the next pod. But look, man, I have never been more excited as a Manchester United fan. 41 out of 61 is incredible. Like, dude, even if you would have won 30 out of 60, that still would have been incredible for us because we have not had a good manager since Jose was all right. First season, Jose is fine. Second and third season, he shambles. Sir Alex Ferguson, we haven't had a good manager since him. So this is the step in the right direction. So that's number 3. David Moyes was awful, bro. Don't even start there. Don't even go there. All right. Let's go next. We got number 2. The top 4 race is getting tighter. City, Arsenal, United, Liverpool, Spurs, Newcastle, and hopefully Chelsea next season. That's 7 teams that could be fighting for top 4. And there's only 4 slots for Champions League. So City are going to stay City. Pep's not going anywhere. They have Erling Haaland still. They're gonna lose a couple of players, but they're just gonna find some random stud.
Buy new players.
Talking about dynasties, bro. Jeez.
Yeah, that's the dynasty. 3-peat Central, baby. All right, Arsenal did really good this season. They're going to stay in it. They're going to strengthen their teams. United, obviously, are going to strengthen. We finished there this season. Liverpool had a disappointing year. We'll talk about them later. Same with Spurs. But Liverpool playing Europa League. They finished 5th. Spurs are not playing in any Europa competitions next year.
Chelsea.
Not sad about it, bro. Yeah, except, you're in 12th, so you equal the same.
Yeah, you're in 12th. They could have actually qualified for European competition.
And then Newcastle and Chelsea, there's 7 good teams that you could realistically see qualifying for Champions League next season. That doesn't include Brighton. That doesn't include Unai Emery and Villa. That doesn't include if Brentford and actually we won't talk about Brentford because Ivan Toney's gone for 8 months. But there's 7 teams there that could realistically make top 4. So I think that's number 2 as it continues to get tighter. And number 1, Brighton get European football for the first time in their history. They clinched 6th place last week or on Wednesday against City when they took a point against City. Yeah, Wednesday. They took a point against City. They got European football. They're going to play in the Europa League next season. That's the first time ever in their history. This is a club, man, that was in the championship a few years ago. They are literally known as a feeder club. They and De Zerbi said it today in their post-game interview. He goes, "This is the end of Caicedo and McAllister. This is their last game. Yep. It's sad to see, but this is the Brighton way. We get these players for cheap and we move them on. But hey, Brighton getting Europa League football for the first time ever is huge. Which Brighton will segue into our next team thing. Most exciting teams for the season. Brighton, number 3. They lost Graham Potter. He went to Chelsea. He flopped miserably. And I'm sure Brighton aren't sad about it because they got Roberto De Zerbi from Shakhtar. Real quick, could you imagine if De Zerbi, so Chelsea and Arsenal don't buy Mudryk. De Zerbi brings Mudryk with him from Shakhtar. How good would Mudryk have been this season? Because he was shambolic for Chelsea at times. I think under De Zerbi and that Brighton team, he would have flourished.
I mean, think about it this way, dude. If you have a manager that can manage and that will be your guy, any player that manager wants to invest time into is going to do good eventually. Look at Sancho. Look at Saka.
He finally showed up today.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Yeah, so De Zerbi plays some of the most attractive football we've seen in a long time. Pep, the tactical masterclass of Pep, literally had to give his kudos to De Zerbi because De Zerbi literally was playing. I think at one point he said he was playing a 3-2-2-2-1. I think that's the right formation. 3-2-2-2-1, something like that. That sounds about right to me. But like just creating random formations, he's flourishing. Like we saw Karu Matoma come out of nowhere. We saw Caicedo become the player we all knew he would be. McAllister, like they bought. Think about this though. They don't make big signings. They just made their club record signing this couple weeks ago for Joao Pedro from Watford for 30 million. That's their club record signing now.
Yeah.
And Joao Pedro's going to flourish there, man. I'm excited for Brighton. But like they bought Caicedo for 4.5 million. 4.5 million for Caicedo. They're going to sell him for 80 mil this season.
Yeah,
in the
insane
summer.
Profit. McAllister was like cheap too, right?
McAllister was 9 mil. Like they're gonna flip McAllister for 50, 60 mil. Like they're making 100 million in profit just from those two players. Like it blows my mind that a team like that now,
great team.
Like they're just incredible. Like it's just it's so cool to think.
Glad Levi Colwill was there for this season, bro.
Dude, he did say that if he had a choice, he would think about going back to Brighton.
Yeah.
So, which is a shame for Chelsea because you lose another really good center back. But hey, that's okay. Pep gave De Zerbi compliments. De Zerbi should be there for a long time. There was talk about because I mean, breaking news now: the Napoli coach just resigned less than 5 minutes ago. So he asked. So
that's pretty fresh news.
Yeah. Well, this was coming. There have been reports that he wanted a sabbatical year, kind of like Antonio Conte had taken a little bit ago. He just wanted, like, he goes, we accomplished this. I need a year off. He looks pretty old, man. I don't know how old Lucas Spinelli is, but pretty old.
For him.
But hey, like De Zerbi's linked to Napoli, but I don't see De Zerbi going anywhere. I see Brighton staying around that 8, 7, anywhere between 6 and 9 in places for the next couple seasons.
Until a team wants to buy him out.
Yeah, like Chelsea.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
Poch doesn't work
After
out.
Poch.
When
Poch. All right, on to number 2. The number 2 most exciting team this season is Newcastle.
Yeah.
What a turnaround.
For real. They Eddie Howe took this mid-table ragtag bunch of players. Took them
No. What they were at 17th.
Mm-hmm.
They were 17th when he came in.
Yeah. Well, the thing was
12 points.
Yeah, Newcastle had always been like a mid-table club. Like in the 90s, obviously they were winning things and they were up top with Alan Shearer but then they fell into mid-table and then they obviously you said they were in relegation, bro. They literally should have been relegated, but they were saved by the skin of their teeth. Eddie Howe came in. Yeah. Eddie Howe came in that first season. Saudi bought him out. I mean, shoot, bro. Eddie Howe, man, it should win manager of the season, in my opinion. If not Arteta, it's Eddie Howe.
No.
I mean, he brought in Isak from Sociedad, Botman from I forget where he got Botman from. I think it was Lyon or Lille. I think it was Lille. And then he bought Nick Pope from Burnley, relegated Burnley, all for 118 million combined. 70 was on Isak, which I mean, Isak turned it around. So did Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson said, all right, you're going to bring in Alexander Isak. Okay, I'm going to score you 18 goals in the league.
No.
Eddie Howe turned this around. They have Champions League football for the first time since the 90s with Alan Shearer played there. But the biggest question I have is this sustainable for them? Yes, they have Saudi money. Yes, they can be like City, but let me ask you guys first before I give you my point. Do you think it's sustainable for them?
I think
God.
I think next season will be a really big test for them because not only will they be playing in in normal league games. Now they're going to be playing in one of the most competitive tournament, in football outside of the World Cup, obviously. But because I mean, like I was telling you earlier, we saw Leicester win it. That really good run, and maybe it was like that for them this year. You had lots of teams that weren't doing great, like Chelsea and Liverpool and Spurs are not playing to what they normally play to. So I think next season we'll see, and then we can kind of talk on it. But I mean, this season was really good for them. I think Eddie is a great manager for them, and I think that first of all, they've got oil money now. Second of all, they now are top four, so they're going to be able to spend more money and they'll get more money. And then as a player looking at that team, it's like, that looks like something you want to be a part of, like Arsenal. It's like, ooh, I want to be a part of this dynasty, so I'm going to go there. So they have, I think they have some pull. But yeah, we'll see. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, they have pull with wages, but yeah, I agree. This is a big testing ground for them, just because, like, I mean, we talk about Leicester like winning, going on a run, like, and then just like the next year, like they were out of the group stage, or they made the round of 16. But like, I just think that, like, it's a time to spend money, is what it's saying, because it's like, well, if you want to compete with Europe's best clubs, you have to spend like Europe's best clubs.
Yeah.
And so it'll be a real testing ground. The worst case scenario for them is getting the group of death, because I could not see them making out of something like they got paired with like a PSG and a Real Madrid. Like, I sadly no. If they go to Europa, that's also still not terrible either. Like a third place finish in their group. So I think that for them would be good. I mean, I've been impressed by them all season. Like, they play really good attacking football. They know how to get under team skin. They so like they just play good all around football.
Yeah.
If Chelsea got relegated, I would have been a Newcastle supporter, bro.
You fraudulent. All right, I do think it's sustainable. I think they're going to be just like Man City. I don't think they're going to be as good, because I don't think Eddie Howe will ever touch Pep's coattails. Like, he not even deserving to wash Pep's feet, bro. Like, but I think with Saudi money, they have whatever money they want. Obviously, there's financial fair play in place, but I mean, shoot, bro, Man City literally have 116 charges against them, and like the FA has not done anything yet.
Doesn't matter.
Well, so the nice thing about this one is that there's no, because what happened with remember the one they had a few years ago in the with the UEFA? Well, that one had a time restriction on it. So City's lawyers literally just delayed until it. But this one with the FA and the Premier League has no time restraint on it, so it literally could go on for the next 20 years.
But Chelsea get a transfer ban, so
yeah, right. So that's what I'm saying. I think Newcastle become just like City. I think they have the money, and Saudi have the money to just slide some money over to UEFA in the Premier League and be like, hey, here's 10 million. Don't look at what we're doing right now. We're going to spend 600 million, but don't look at what we're doing.
I think that this postseason for that club is going to be really exciting.
Crucial. This is crucial for them.
We're going to be chatting about it when we're going to see like breaking news. Neymar Jr. signs Newcastle.
Madison.
I don't know.
I don't think they get Neymar. I think Neymar. And because I was listening to, I know.
Okay, yeah.
That's not even where I was going. That's not even where I was going. But I was listening to the ranks this week, and they were talking about Newcastle, and like they're saying Neymar might be too big of a profile right now for Eddie Howe.
Yeah,
like someone like AJ.
You don't want that ego. You don't want that ego.
Not in a team that you have right now. James Maddison is the perfect. Since Leicester got relegated, James Maddison is that perfect player to come in now. Like they're gonna get good players like that who have a big name in the country, but they aren't like prima donnas like Neymar.
Yeah,
coming in like ruin everything they've started. All right, so Newcastle, I think it's sustainable though. They've spent 190 million in the last 2 seasons. That's just on incomings. They've probably sold just about as much as in outgoings. But I mean, they brought in Guimaraes from Lyon. They brought in Trippier from Atletico, Bauman, Isak Pope. Like that's 5 crucial players that they have in their team that are locked in. And I mean, they have the whole world. The world is their oyster, man. Like Saudi oil money, they have whoever they want to go after. Brings us to number one. Arsenal. Arsenal are the most exciting team from this season. They overachieved in all regards. Did they bottle the league? 1,000%. There's no reason why they should be losing the league, but they were finished 8th place last season. To go from
we finished 5th. Thank you very much.
Okay, 5th. Yeah. Sorry, Europa League. My bad. Eighth was 2 seasons ago. Sorry, 8th was 2 seasons ago to 5th to first, like to finishing in 2nd, right behind City. Granted, City ended up running away with it in the end, but like going from that to that, Mikel Arteta, they were calling for his head 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
like they wanted him gone, but now
freaking Arsenal fans,
right? Overachieved. Nobody.
Dude, he hadn't gotten a point within 5 games.
Yeah, but like, look where you are now. Like, if you were to sit back, if I were to tell you two seasons ago, and we were to sit there talking, and you sit there and I go, AJ, I know you haven't gotten a point in 5 games, but just think, in 2 seasons, you're going to be challenging Manchester City for the title. Would you believe that? Would you like? How would you feel? Like that? That would make you feel great, bro.
On top of that, having hot prospects on your team.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
on top of having a bunch of academy, a bunch of academy guys.
Like Odegaard, Saka, Jesus, Martinelli all scored double-digit goals this season. Xhaka had 7 goals and 7 assists in his final season. You bought Trossard in January. He had goals and assists. He had a game where he had a hat trick of assists in 1 half. Yeah. Like you guys have pull now. Mikel has pull. You've shown day after day that you guys are the real deal. But now next season. In the summer, you need to get a couple of crucial players. You got to replace Xhaka. You got to get some depth in certain positions. But then now, Mikel's learned from this. Now Mikel is literally Pep's right hand man. He's literally Pep's protege. He knows now that what he did this season, he can't do again next season. So you strengthen and you rebuild, and you continue to be this exciting team that you are now. I mean, shoot, bro. Would you at the beginning of the season? Would you have believed that you were going to be the number 1 most exciting team on a rank? For a podcast, like nobody in their right mind predicts Arsenal to be this good.
No, I would agree that it was a turnaround season. It was a season full of result. Obviously it stings to bottom of the league, but City gonna City and Arsenal gonna Arsenal for the most part. But I would say exciting. There was something I was trying to say. There's exciting in the fact that I think that we do have pull to get players now, because for years it was like we weren't willing to spend, and B, no player wanted to come to us. But I will say the one thing that I will say was disappointing about the season is the lack of, like, when we got later on the competitions, the lack of like focus and trying to advance in other comps. Like Carabao, it's fine. But like I feel like FA, like that's our comp. Like you gotta go. Europa. Like it means to make the semi. Yeah. Like Europa getting knocked out in the round of 16, that hurt.
That was fun to watch.
Because that was a thing where it was like, oh, now we can focus on the league because we're out of Europa, we're out of European competition.
I think honestly, bro, that is just part of your development in the club. I think you guys are just still you're a baby. And Man City is the bull, bro. You're the young cat. They're the bull. Yeah. And Pep is a master, and Arteta is the upcoming master. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think it's just. I think you guys bottling the league, it sucks, but I think it's going to be a really good driving point for your team next season. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see you guys. I think you will win the league, whether it be next season or in the next couple, but I think you will.
Yeah. All right. After disappointment from Arsenal at the end of the year, brings us to our 3 most disappointing teams. We'll start with Liverpool. My favorite thing, I'm going to start this off with 7-0, huh? 7-0. Yeah. It means so much, huh? Your only trophy, literally, there's a meme. I used the meme where literally they're
the meme was a freaking 7-up trophy.
7-up, man. Like 7-0 means absolutely nothing when you literally finish behind us. But 7-0 looks like the highlight of their season. No midfielders at all season. Arthur Melo, literally they loaned him in. He played 0 minutes. Trent got bullied so hard. Trent got bullied so hard at right back they moved him to center mid. Like they played James Milner at right back, so Trent could go play center mid. That's how bad he got bullied. Mo Salah said this after the game on Thursday after United beat Chelsea. Mo Salah said, "I'm totally devastated. There's absolutely no excuse for this. We had everything we needed to make it to next year's Champions League and we failed. We are Liverpool and qualifying to the competition is the bare minimum. I am sorry, but it's too soon for an uplifting or optimistic post. We let you and ourselves down." Well,
Where they finish?
5th in Europa.
Fifth.
They're going to
Europa.
Kazakhstan, baby. They're going to go
They're
play
going-
in the Europa League.
Mission Kazakhstan.
But hey, Salah can hold his head high. He can hold it high. I don't like Liverpool. I quite literally hate Liverpool, but Mo Salah is one of the best players in the world. He been incredible. Like I remember when he came here 5 years ago, 6 years ago
4,
now.
I think.
Yeah, where we started talking, we were like, "Oh, Salah's a one-hit wonder." When he
You
won the
said
Golden
Salah's
Boot,
a
I said
one-hit
he
wonder.
was, and he's
I didn't think he was.
31 goals in his first season. Like it's like, "Oh, this guy's a one-hit wonder. He's not doing this again. He's not Harry Kane. He's not doing this consistently." But man, he's done it every season. That guy consistently does it all the time. My biggest thing, Liverpool and disappointment is they brought in Gakpo in January. They brought in Darwin Núñez last summer. They didn't deliver with Salah. Like Salah was incredible. The three of them combined only scored 38 goals this season in all comps compared to when Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, and Bobby Firmino in 2017-18 scored 91 goals combined in all competitions. Like they were 53 goals off the pace of Salah, Mane, and Firmino. I know this is the first season together, but like Gakpo is literally like mostly their shining star from January after the World Cup. Darwin Núñez, they spent 100 million on, but they haven't delivered. Let's see. For the longest time, they were fighting alongside Chelsea in the middle of the table. That should tell you something because Chelsea had a shambolic season. Like Liverpool, there was at one point they had the battle of mid, Liverpool versus Chelsea.
Both of them, didn't they draw 0-0 both times this year?
Yeah, it was the battle of mid, bro.
Yeah.
They're like they were fighting alongside Chelsea. Klopp looked like he was going to get sacked multiple times, but to be fair, they fought through it. They're a club that they don't mind adversity. They fought through it. They were in 9th, 10th at one point, but they finished in 5th. Europe is still disappointment for them though. But it's a really disappointing end to their disappointing season. But I just continue to look at this Mo Salah picture. It's been black and white. It's like that typical I'm depressed Eeyore photo of, I'm really sad about this, man. What do I do? Do I stay? Do I go? But I think that he's going to stay. They already said he's going to stay, but it's a disappointing season for Liverpool. Brings us to number 2, Tottenham Hotspur, finishing 8th. No Europa competition,
bro.
They were top 4 at one point. They were ahead of United. Like they were supposed to be top 4 and win Champions League and keep us out, and they bottled the crap out of it. They finished from 4th to 8th in the last month and a half of the season. Granted, there was a lot of things going on. Like they ended up having when Juventus got their sanctions, Fabio Paratici, who was their sporting director at the time, got sanctioned. They had to let him go. They had no sporting director. Antonio Conte decided to fire off his self-destruct missile and destroy the entire club with one post-game interview.
I love it.
Calling those players
legend. Absolute
Yeah,
legend.
well, he knew the writing was on the wall. He was just like he knows. Dan Levy's a fucking crap.
Yeah, I know.
Robotic voice.
Yeah, right. Like Conte knew that, and they haven't had a manager say that. Like Mourinho was the last one to say, but he didn't go in depth like Conte did. Conte ripped apart the entire team. So the players are shambolic, didn't deserve to wear the jersey. He said Daniel Levy's a terrible owner, and he was gone within less than a week. But how do you go from 4th? Granted, you went from Conte to Christian Cellini to now Ryan Mason. Like you get 3 different managers within a strength of 3 months. But how do you expect to strengthen next season? Like your top player, Harry Kane, is already linked to leave. He's already going to leave. Son had talked about leaving. Like you have Bentancur, you have Højbjerg, Kulusevski's going back to Juventus. They're not buying him. Lloris is gone. You have no goalkeeper. How do you expect to get a manager in, new players in, when your owner doesn't want to do anything about it? Like they already ruled Julian Nagelsmann out of the deal. Julian Nagelsmann might be one of the best up-and-coming managers.
He's a good manager.
And Spurs went, no, thank you. We don't want you. Have a good day.
I think Spurs are going to stay where they're at next season, if not worse. I look at their team and it's like,
it's uninspiring.
You're gonna lose Kane, Son, who knows? I
Might
mean,
stay.
I think Son will probably. He's.
I think you
mean,
see Son leave.
I
I
don't
think he
know.
leaves.
I mean,
Well, let's see.
maybe.
Lloris
Maybe.
retired.
They,
Lloris already said he's gone at the end of the season.
They were Charleston.
Yeah, what Mr. One goal
Really?
in 38 games. I mean, look, Lloris is gone. Fraser Forster's old. They have no good young goalkeeper. Perisic is old. Ben Davies is getting old. Eric Dyer is awful. Langley is not good. Davinson Sanchez has been mid. Sessegnon, nobody heard it from him in months. Christian Romero's way too egotistical and likes to throw in challenges left and right, get sent off. Emerson Royal hasn't worked. Tanganga's been on the ropes of leaving for 3 years. Son could leave. Son could leave. Hoybier, I don't know what he does. Bentancur's been out with an ACL injury since January. He's been their best player. Richarlison, awful. Worst signing of the season. 60 million for a guy scored you 1 goal. Basuma is good youth. Skip has been decent. Pedro Porro was a fantastic signing in January, but he's going to rot in Tottenham. Pape Sarr, never heard of the guy, but apparently, he's supposed to be decent. Harry Kane's gone. Lucas Moura's gone. Danjuma's going back to Villarreal. And Kulusevski's gone. They have no forwards for the end of the season. They're in shambles.
They don't no youth, no up and coming. You don't
No
look
academy.
at him. You don't got a Saka. You don't got a Reece James or someone that you're gonna look at and say, okay, at least we got that going for us.
Yeah.
Look at their team and it's just ugh, gosh.
You don't look at Tottenham. You don't look at Tottenham and say, oh, their academy is gonna really boost them up.
No, dude.
You look at Chelsea, you have Cobham. You look at United, you have Carrington. You look at Arsenal, and you have their youth academy. Those are 3 youth academies that are incredible. But then Tottenham's throwing everything away for nothing.
Good luck.
Or nothing.
I don't know what
Good luck, Tottenham.
What manager's gonna want to step into that mess?
Nobody.
All fans on suicide watch next year.
All right. On to the next. We got West Ham as the number 1 most disappointing team of the season is West Ham, in my opinion. They finished in 7th place last season. They finished in the Europa Conference League spot. Now they're in 14th. That's just disappointing. To think that you're finishing in the Europa spot, you strengthen your team. You bought Maxwell Cornet from Burnley, went down. You got Paqueta from Lyon. You got Samaka from Sassuolo. You signed Aguerd and Kerrer. Plus, they ended up signing Danny Ings in January. And they have Ariola permanently in goal now. Their team isn't bad. They strengthened their team, but yet they got cut in half, bro. From 7th to 14th. At one point, they were in the relegation conversation. Up until 3 weeks ago, they were in relegation. But David Moyes should have been sacked 3 different times this season. But yet somehow, some way, Scottish old man hung on for dear life and on the tin roof of West Ham. And he's still there. They're in a Conference League final, which would just be hilarious for me if they finish 14th and they end up in the Europa League next season. If they win this, I think it bumps Villa out of the Conference League and it bumps Brighton or Liverpool into the Conference League. One of those two. I don't know if that's true, but I think that's what happens. Being in the final of the Conference League is good for them, but going to from 7th to 14th in the Premier League while still strengthening your squad is really disappointing. It's worse than Liverpool going from 3rd to 5th. It's worse than Spurs going from 4th to 8th. You're going from a top half of the table to the bottom half of the table. And it's not like they lost anybody good. They kept
Chelsea.
Rice. They kept Rice. They kept Antonio. They kept their best players around, but yet they dropped 7 places. That's my most disappointing team. And I don't think they get any better because they're going to end up losing half those players. So I think they're going to be stuck where they are.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, but
what did you go?
Sorry. But they're in a European final. If they win a European final, they get money. They're going to be able to spend a little bit. And I think David Moyes is a perfect fit as a manager there. I know you say he's on pace to get sacked 4 times, but he's just that's the perfect club for him though. Just the middle of the table, just average achieving. Maybe once in a blue moon end up doing something spectacular. Honestly. Yeah, bring in Ole's at the wheel.
He wouldn't be better.
I think them being your most disappointing, honestly, you're just being nice, but Chelsea is 100% the most disappointing.
Well,
Chelsea.
Okay.
Leicester might be the most disappointing.
Leicester was expected, bro. Leicester was expected.
No.
Their owner died 2 years ago. The son doesn't really care about the team as much as the dad did. No offense, but that's just how it is.
Yeah.
They were honestly destined to go down.
honestly though, it's not on the script, but it's gotta be Chelsea,
It's
bro.
Chelsea. Like I didn't want to
You
talk about Chelsea
Uh,
again, but we all know if
I
anybody
mean,
if you follow the Premier League, you know Chelsea's been the most disappointing team.
brief summary, just we spent I don't know what
600 million.
was it 600
600
million?
600
million,
million.
yeah.
We
I mean, Enzo is a third of that, so.
I wish we never. I mean, I don't know. It was a series of unfortunate events for the club.
Mhm.
We got sanctioned because our owner was Russian, which was bullcrap. We couldn't buy fuel for our freaking airplane. We couldn't buy fuel
You
for
need
our
to take the
cars.
freaking bus.
The bus,
Um,
yeah, the bus.
we went from winning the Champions League against the winners of this league this year, and now we are in 12th. We finished 12th.
12th, finished 12th. Yeah.
12th.
Finished 12th. We're not in
Bottom
any.
half of the table.
We're not in any European competitions. We stole a manager for a club that did better and is one of the most exciting teams to watch. And then it's just kind of, it was a disappointing season, probably the worst season of football I've ever watched. It was painful. I
Yeah.
felt like an Arsenal fan. I felt like AJ. But you know what? I will say I am excited. I'm gonna be positive because it can't get worse. I said that, and then we got Frank Lampard.
And he didn't win a
Took him
game.
answer. What was it? What was the quote? It's his problem now.
Yeah, yeah. They asked Frank after the game of the day, and they were like, "Frank, how do you feel about Poch?" And Frank goes, "Yeah, it's his problem now.
Yeah.
Sorry." Like,
I think,
bro,
all right,
that's so bad.
things to keep your eye out on. Lots of players will be leaving. We'll be getting rid of players. Some players will be leaving that we don't really want to leave, like Mason Mount. I'm thinking he's probably leaving. But maybe it's a good thing for us. I think it's important to stay optimistic, and then I think it's important that we have to keep Poch. Even if it's
For
a season,
even if
at
it's
least.
even if
for
it's
the whole time.
no, even if it's another bad season, we have to just suffer through it because it's gonna take time.
He's your future, bro. In all sincerity, like what he did with Spurs, and because we joke, we bash Spurs, but it's true. Like Daniel Levy doesn't spend money, and if he does, it's on crappy players.
He did the best he could with
he went
Spurs.
to a
took him
Champions
to a
League
European final. Yeah.
Granted, that was the worst
With
final
no
in recent
money.
history, but like he went to the
Yeah.
Champions League final with no money. Like, I can't imagine what he's gonna do with this team that has $600 million of investment into it.
Already, and you got Nkunku coming. You got
Mhm.
Malo Gusto incoming.
Yeah,
which is
you're
great,
gonna need Gusto because Reese can't get off the freaking medical tape.
which is
And
great
glass
because
body.
that'll allow Greece to go. He's gonna need surgery, I think. He's gonna have to go through that because he's not been the same player, which is gonna be great. And then even when he comes back, it's gonna be good because then there's competition in that position.
Yeah.
And it's gonna hopefully drive them to be better. And then you're getting Nkunku, who is the top scorer, right?
Tie with Nicholas Fulkerberg from
top scorer, and he was out for like how long, bro?
Half the season.
Bro was out for like half the season.
Yeah.
And he was still tied top scorer. Like, come on, bro. Like,
I saw this. I saw this thing, bro. That was like the Bundesliga top scorer finished with 16 goals. Erling Haaland had that in October.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really compare guys to him because that guy's freaking ridiculous. He is. But yeah, no.
Did you see? Speaking of Erling, did you see Pep's quote saying he's gonna go score 46 next year?
I could see it. I can see it, bro. He missed like 5 games with injury. That's 2 goals a game right there. It's 10 more goals. Like it's gonna be a fun season. So yeah, those are disappointing teams. West Ham, Spurs, Liverpool, exciting teams. I know AJ, you're excited. Arsenal are gonna be good. It's gonna be a fun future for you guys. That's a good way to end the soccer segment. AJ, I'm gonna pass it to you. We're gonna go over a new segment.
Yeah, new segment. We're talking NFL. We're talking way too early NFL though.
What is it, May?
It's
NFL
a little bit
15 more weeks.
A little bit. Preseason ball doesn't start until about August, so we'll talk lots more about it in future episodes. But we're gonna talk early predictions here. Let's go with early Super Bowl pick right now. Like who you guys got? Who's a little dark horse? Who's maybe the favorite?
You want me to start, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You guys know more about this than I do.
I got my favorite. As much as Patrick Mahomes is incredible, and I'd love to say the Chiefs, but that just feels boring. I'm gonna go My favorite
Niners.
to win it? No, I cannot stand the 49ers. I'm gonna go Philly. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. The Eagles just
Okay.
lost in the Super Bowl to the Chiefs. They stupidest rigged Super Bowl in my opinion. What a stupid holding calls, whatever. We'll move past that. But I think the Eagles they retooled, they got better. I think they're better than they were last season. And I think Jalen Hurts on a new contract. Yeah, we've seen quarterbacks get these big money deals and slack off. But I think Jalen Hurts is that guy who's locked in. The Eagles lost their offensive coordinator, their defensive coordinator, but I think they're still too good to lose out here. I think they're my favorite. Dark horse for fun. Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions. They might be my favorite team in the league now.
So they might go to the playoffs.
I'm a
I'll call
Bucks fan, bro.
playoffs.
I'm a Bucks fan,
Yeah.
and I think the Lions might be my favorite team now. They just have the
Yeah.
atmosphere of wanting to root for them. And I think they'll go to the playoffs, but I think it'd be really cool if Dark Horse Lions win the Super Bowl.
Okay. So I mean, this year will be a year I start to actually watch football
Yeah.
because of this.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should have prefaced with Josh does not watch football.
You guys already know I'm not really a big football guy, but I'll get into it. I'm down to. I'm excited.
So I'm joining your fantasy basketball league this year. You're joining our fantasy football league again.
You're joining our league this year.
But I don't know if I can pick a team, but I do have odds for Super Bowl winners, and I'll just read them off just for interesting
Let me
facts.
guess. Kansas City.
Of course.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, I'm not a huge guy, but come on. They're at plus 650.
Okay.
That's their current odds. Then you got Philly,
Okay.
700. Then you got the Cincinnati Bengals at 900, tied with the Buffalo Bills at 900, tied with the 49ers at 900.
Okay.
Then you got the Jets at 1400, Cowboys 1600, whatever.
The Jets.
Yeah.
The Jets.
The Jets have that big of odds.
Oh my goodness.
And then you got your Detroit at 2,000.
Yeah, $10. $10 on Detroit, baby.
$10 on Detroit. Hey, all you guys out there.
No $10 on Detroit. This is
Let
their
me go.
season.
$10 on Detroit. Jameer Gibbs, MVP season.
Let me go Bills for AP, bro. Even though his brother's not playing there anymore. I'm gonna go Bills.
Okay, can you scroll down on that list? Can you tell me how far down the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are this year? We've got to be like plus 6,000, plus 10,000.
We're
10,000.
probably
10,000?
like 10,000. Yeah.
All right.
The Tennessee Titans are above us.
What?
The
Oh my
Falcons are above
goodness.
us, and the Commanders are above
Wait,
us.
who's the last? Who's in last? Are we last?
No,
Who's
Cardinals.
last?
No.
Cardinals.
Okay,
The Cardinals.
What is there? What is theirs? Plus 20,000.
20,000. Yeah.
All right. What are we putting? $100 on the Cardinals. Let's run it.
You can't put
Oh,
$5 on the Cardinals. Bro.
Yeah, 100.
$5
on the Cardinals.
Anything you put on the Cardinals, you will.
A dark horse, ready? Dark horse, Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
Okay, that's a solid pick.
I like
That
that.
is a good pick.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You already have
my-
Josh filling the Miami Dolphins.
My favorite, I will go with the.
Join me,
Look at
brother.
the Buffalo Bills.
Ooh.
They had a disappointing season to their standards last season.
Yeah.
They give Von Miller back. They get a good year out of Josh Allen. I'll give him a little bit of slack since he had a new OC last year and he didn't have as good as completion percentage and all that thing when he had Dable with him. Clearly, as you've seen the Giants' transformation with Dable.
Yeah, they've been good.
And so I'm gonna call Buffalo as the favorite for me. If Kansas City make it out of the AFC again, it's not gonna shock me. And then I'll say my dark horse. Gosh. I'll go Seattle. You know what? I really like Seattle.
Seahawks.
Okay.
Yeah, the Seahawks. I know that people don't have them high or anything, but they made the playoffs last season, and they're not a bad team. They're a well-structured team. They have a good coach. I mean, if we could throw Detroit, if we could throw Detroit out there, I get to throw Seattle out there.
That's fair. Although Detroit literally will be better than Seattle this year. You heard it here first. All right, Jamie.
That also wouldn't shock me.
Well,
all right, and then we'll go to our second way too early prediction. NFL MVP.
You start us, bro. You start us.
Yeah.
What you got?
If I pick anything other than a quarterback, it's not happening. But My
Okay.
NFL MVP.
Okay. Give us a quarterback and then take a position player. Somebody that's not a quarterback.
I'll say Jalen. I'll say Jalen. I think Jalen has
Jalen
a
Hurts.
season like he did last year. I think he should have won the MVP last year.
Who
just
won MVP?
'cause
Mahomes?
Patrick was good. Patrick,
Yeah.
yeah. Mahomes. Patrick was good. Jalen had a best season. Like
Yeah,
it's
man.
just it's one
Jalen
of
was in
those
my
me
fantasy
bias
team.
things.
Who won MVP last?
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick
Okay.
Mahomes.
Jalen Hurts should have won
Uh,
it. He carried my fantasy team to the semifinals when I had nobody else
Right.
to help.
Oh no, we're gonna go Deshaun Watson, bro.
Deshaun Watson. That guy looks like a shell of himself, by the way.
Yes.
If
All right.
you're gonna
Yeah. All right. Who's your position
so
player?
he's gonna be my early MVP position wise.
Mhm.
If I were to choose, this is also a tough one. Because I'd probably just pick a wider. I'd pick a wider. Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
If he has another career year, like I feel like if no quarterbacks play good enough, Justin Jefferson could totally.
Yeah.
He's got that media backing too, to
And
where it
he's
could happen.
the official. I know he's number one last year, but Adam Thielen's gone. Like it's just Jay Jettis and the new guy.
But he has Jordan Addison, but
Yeah.
he'll be the two. So
Yeah. All
he's
right.
the number one.
I'm gonna go my MVP if he can stay healthy, and if those concussions didn't do him anything terrible this last season. Tua Tagovailoa will be my MVP pick. He was on dude. They did not lose a game when he started last season. They were 6-0. They were 6-2 at one point, I believe. The two games he lost were one he left early and one he couldn't play because it was a concussion. He has the pieces. They're in talks to get Dalvin Cook from Minnesota when they release him. Like Miami's going to be stacked. And if Tua can't win MVP, then it's time to move on and do something better. So that's my quarterback pick. My positional player, Travis Kelce's too easy. I'm not picking him. I'm going to stay in South Beach. Fastest player in the world, Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill could be MVP if, again, Tua stays healthy.
Okay.
Josh?
Or it'd be the reason that.
Yeah.
It'd be the reason that Tua wins MVP.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got your odds too for this one.
Yeah. Who's
Patrick
the
Mahomes
favorite?
number one.
No,
Yeah.
it's these Mahomes is tied with Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Plus
Oh
650.
yeah, Joe hasn't won one yet, so
Honestly,
they're
hold on.
definitely gonna
Let
be
me throw.
pushing.
I'm gonna throw Joe.
I'm gonna throw a
Okay.
whole dark horse in here. You ready? MVP
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers at the Jets. He wins it again.
I don't know if that's a dark horse
is a
because
dark
Aaron
horse.
Rodgers loves winning MVPs.
Yeah, but it's a new team. It's a new environment. Like Aaron Rodgers wins his third MVP in 4 years.
So I'm gonna go Joe Burrow.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert. All right, so two quarterbacks.
It's a solid dark. That's
like
a
that.
good dark horse. Yeah.
But yeah, here's your odds. You got plus 650,
Okay.
Joe Burrow and Mahomes tied up.
Okay.
750 is Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Mhm.
Plus 900 is Justin Herbert.
Okay.
And then at plus 1,000 you have Jalen Hurts.
Mhm.
Plus 1,400 there's two guys tied. You got Tua and then you got Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, so it's all quarterbacks.
And then you got like 4 guys tied at plus 1,600. And then that's Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, and Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. All right, I like that. So we'll come back in a year. Less than a year, like 8 months.
We'll come back at the end of the NFL season and we'll see how far he's going.
We'll write these down and we'll see who got who. All right. Brand new segment. We're only gonna do this once in a while, but sports bet of the week. I got it. Don't worry, guys. This is my favorite prize pick bet of the week. If you haven't done it already,
let's hear
take your Nikola Jokic free square.
Jokic free
square.
Okay.
If
Score
Nikola,
1 point in
if
the
Nikola
finals.
Jokic scores 1 point in game 1 on Thursday, you win.
All right.
That's my sports bet of the week.
I'll give you mine, bro. That's not a freebie.
But you have to. Yeah, I was like, you have to bet with other things to get that.
Man,
no?
I just wanted you to know that's your lock of the week is Jokic score 1 point in the finals, unless he dies off his horse in Serbia.
I go Caleb Martin, PRA.
Okay.
At 23.5. And then I'm gonna go when it's on the board, if it gets on the board, which it should. Jimmy Butler, block steals over 1.5.
Okay. So that's your Guess your game 7 one. We'll come back and see if that hits. AJ, give me your game
Okay.
7 prop, and I'll give you a game 7 prop.
I'll take Jason Tatum over on points. Whatever that is. I don't know if we
Whoa.
know him yet.
31 and a half on Prize Picks.
31 and a half.
31 and a half.
Okay,
needs
I'll
32
take
points.
it. I'll still ride it. 31 and a half.
Okay.
And then I'll take Caleb Martin, PRA,
All right.
whatever
My
that
boy.
is.
My
All right.
boy.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right. I got Gabe Vincent over points. 13 and a half on Prize Picks. I'll take the over on that. I think he's going to have another good game. Part of me wanted to take Duncan Robinson here because
I was gonna say, is there a Duncan Robinson
It is
3-pointer one?
3-pointers. I don't know, but his points is 8.5 points. There is no 3-pointer.
I would take the Duncan Robinson points.
So So I'll go Gabe Vincent points. I'm gonna go Bam Adebayo turnovers. It's in Boston. I'll take it. And then my final one will be Marcus Smart less or under on the points.
Bro, my one time I took a Robinson bet, bro dropped 2 points.
That's me with Max Strus, bro. It's me with Max Strus. Doesn't score anything. All right, that is your sports bet of the week, brought to you by whatever sports betting app you use, because we are not sponsored. Prize Picks, please sponsor us, or Underdog.
Prize Pick or Underdog.
Man, you know what? Let me throw this out there. Use code.
While we're talking about sports betting, did you see Underdog special for Brown on Monday? They took the Prize Pick Jokic, Jaylen Brown. If Jaylen Brown scores 1 point on Monday night,
they did.
Yeah, good. Get green screened out, bro.
They did. They did that last series against the Sixers in Game 7.
Yeah, they did it for.
Only had to score 1.
Let's throw that then. Let's do that.
Jaylen Brown 1 point. There's your
Jaylen Brown points. I'm gonna run it tomorrow.
Yeah, you got your Jokic free square for Thursday, and you got Jaylen Brown tomorrow.
Yeah. Right. Anyways, use code PR3S ROHAX for $25 and $100 match of your deposit. Thank you guys.
All right, that's your Prize Pick sponsors of the day. All right, guys. Well, that is where we're going to wrap it up for the day. It's been fun. We've talked basketball, we've talked soccer, we've talked football, we've talked betting, degenerate abilities. We just have to say though, if you do have a trouble gambling, please come to one of us, and we'd be more than happy to help you lose more money.
Yeah.
But if you have a real problem, call 1-800-GAMBLING. Please do not gamble all your life savings away. All right, that's gonna be it for this week. That's episode 2 of the ZBK podcast. From Chris to AJ to Josh. Guys, it's been a great week. We'll see you all next week. Peace.